Hello everyone, I am excited to bring you this workout today. We're going to learn exercises that are going to help us to be younger next year. That's the book that the exercises come from, and I know this is backwards to your screen. It's called Younger Next Year, the Exercise Program. This is actually our library copy, and I will be returning it on the day that this video releases, which is on Friday. So it'll be there for you to check out. It's a very interesting, and it's a slim book, so there's not a lot of commitment to reading it, but it's written by a doctor with one of his patients who went through his program and really benefited from it. You can overcome 70% of the normal American aging until almost the end of your life. We are living longer thanks to medicine, and that's great. But many of us, as we get into those older years, are existing and not really living to our full potential of having a great life. So that's what this program is all about, is releasing what we need to use to live a longer, fuller life than what we might live otherwise. It doesn't matter where you start. It just matters that you keep it up. As long as you live, you'll want to keep some kind of program up that will help you move more and you'll feel better. It's one of those cycles. We sit, we feel worse, moving is painful, so we sit, and then it keeps going. Well, we can move, and it doesn't have to be a lot. We feel better, we want to move, we keep feeling better, and then it just keeps that cycle going, and that sounds like a better cycle than the pain and sitting cycle. In the normal course, people lose 10% of their muscle mass per decade after 40. And one of the bad things about that is, of course, then moving is harder. If you have shriveled up quadriceps, you can't lift yourself up out of a chair. If your arms are weak, you can't hold things or carry things in your everyday life. But if they're stronger, not only will they help you move better, they'll help you burn more calories as the day goes on, because that's what muscles do. They burn calories at a higher rate than fat does. So this was the really kicker one, that idea that really got me interested in this book, this idea that there's a critical distinction between aging and decay. There's a biology of aging that you can't do anything about, right? You're going to be a day older tomorrow than you were today. But most of what we call aging is actually decay. We are stuck with real aging, but decay is optional, right? Sitting, slumping, and this is not with any kind of physical disability that I'm talking about, right? That's a totally different category, and I would not blame anyone for things that are actual medical diagnoses. But if we're just the normal American, as this said, and we're sitting a lot throughout our day and we're not moving, that is what is called decay instead of aging. And we can reverse that. I'm not your prosecutor here. I am your cheerleader here. I hope you get that from this, that it's kind of harsh information, but it's also interesting, because you get started and then things will progress and you'll get so much better. You'll start out hating to exercise, and if you do this program with me, you might start out hating me. But the more that you exercise, whatever it is, find your passion, find what you love to do physically. There's something there. There's so much you could do. There's got to be something that you'll like to do, and then you'll love it, and then you'll want to keep going, and then you'll be like me, and you'll start preaching the gospel of exercise, right? You'll want to get more people involved. So the one neat thing about this Younger Next Year program is that they have a website. And for free, you can go to youngernextyear.com and you can copy off the pages that I'll be using today that show pictures of the exercises and explain how to do them. So you've got it right there. We won't be doing the cardio portion of the book because they just set you up with different interval programs and walking or treadmill or different things. So that's just kind of not a practical thing we can do today. But we are going to do their exercises. So we're going to start out on a mat. We'll want a set of weights if that's available to you, but not necessary if not. And you'll want a chair for balance on a few things. Or if you've got a counter or back of a couch nearby, that'll work as well. So I'm going to not totally be quiet, but I'm going to get down on the mat and get you started with the workout. Oh, and the code word for today's recording is pumpkin spice. So, and I am recovering for either allergies or a cold. So if I have to stop and drink some water, which I'm going to move over here so it's easier to grab, please forgive me for that. I've just had runny faucet nose, so not too much on that. All right, so we're going to come down carefully and slowly onto our mat, bring our feet in under our knees, and your legs are hip distance apart, or we're going to do the bridge. So we're going to contract our hamstrings and glutes and lift up and lower. We're going to do 10 of each exercise. So you're using those glutes and hamstrings to lift you up. This is 6 and down, 7, 8, 2 more, and last one, and down. We're going to lengthen one leg long, keep the other leg stationary, and just lift the leg. And this is going to feel good, especially if you have tight hamstrings, which they might prevent you from lifting that leg all the way up to a vertical position, and that's okay. So don't try to jerk it up there to get it higher. You're coming up to your range of motion. 5, 4, 3, and breathe. Last one. Bend that knee, lengthen the other leg, and lift. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend those knees. All right, we're going to do an alternating arm reach. Now the arm reach goes overhead. Oh, there's dog's bed. Arm reach goes overhead and switches. So you may not be able to reach that arm all the way onto the floor, which is fine. If you hear that rumbling, that's the garage door under this room. We have 5 more to go. This is good for your shoulders. This is 3 and 2 and last one. And reach. All right. We're going to come prone on our stomach, and if you want a little pillow under your forehead, I don't worry about that. We're going to start with our hands by our sides. You can even turn your cheek and rest on there. And you're going to lift your arms to squeeze those shoulder blades together. So these are called the letter I because you're making a straight line with your body. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. So these are working your posture muscles. 3 more. 2, 1. Arms straight out on a T. And lift those arms. Lift those arms. This is 6 and 7, 8. All right. On your side. Put your head in your hand. You're nice and long here, and you're just lifting that top leg. Getting these abductor muscles warmed up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend your knees and come up. Okay. And I think I forgot to tell you before we got started what you'll need for the workout. You want a mat, you want a chair, and a set of hand weights. Okay. Lift. 2, 3, 4. Now we're not turning out. I'm going to do it wrong. I'm turning out my foot and kicking it. All right. We want to keep those toes pointed forward. 2 more. So we can work this outside part of the leg and get that warmed up. All right. We're going to come up to all fours. Do one of my favorite exercises because it feels so good. Is the cat-cow. So you're going to round up and then let that belly come down and lift your chin. So the chin comes up as the spine goes up, and then it goes down and up and down and up. Round up. And last one, up and down. All right, we're going to take one leg and lift it up to the ceiling. Up to the ceiling. Again, warming up those backside muscles. Bring that leg down, other side. Lift, lift. Two more. All right, we're going to take one hand, so make sure your knees are as wide as your hips. And your hands are right under your shoulders because you're going to do 3 points instead of 4 here. So you're going to take your arm towards the other wrist and then open up. Do this 5 times this side. Really stretching the chest here as we open. Place that hand down now. Other hand behind the head. Twist towards your opposite wrist and open. In. Open. Last one. And push your hand down. And we're going to reach one leg out. Reach one leg out. So your back leg is vertical. And then you're going to lean forward a little bit to get a stretch in that hip flexor. I'll show you better on the other leg. show you on this leg. This hip flexor, the front of the thigh, right where the torso and thigh meet, that can be a really, I call it an ouchy area. That's not a very technical term. All right, now I'm going to move this mat out of my way. Okay, you can have it. You can have it for a little bit. All right, get reset up here. All right. You're going to come to a wall here. Your hands are on the wall. This is probably not a good way to show you this. Let me see if I can do it without the wall. And then you're just going to reach forward. These side walls in this room are not full walls, so you can't really do it over there. But you're bringing it forward and back. So I guess a wall is not necessary. So what you want to do is bend that back leg as you reach forward and then straighten it. And then reach forward. I didn't think about my back being to you, sorry. So I was doing that. Obviously not a professionally produced video here. Okay, so we're going to bend that back leg. So you should feel your Achilles, calf muscle. 2 more bends. And this one. All right. We are going to balance on one leg. So bring your arms straight out from your shoulders to start, and then just lift one leg. Now, if that's doable, maybe bring your arms down. That's doable. Maybe move that leg. Whoa. Yeah. Challenging the balance. If you lose your balance but can get it back like I just did, that's a good thing. Maybe circle the leg. Whatever you need to do to kind of challenge that. Let's do it on the other side. Maybe bring the arms down. Maybe move that leg. And if this, if this does not work for you, if your balance isn't very good, well, maybe it's a good thing to try to work on, right? Okay, squat and reach. So we're going to raise our arms up and come into a squat and reach those arms forward. Raise those arms up and reach them forward. Push off those legs. That's why it's so important to have strong legs, because you're going to be able to get yourself in, up and out of chairs, of your car. Five more. Push off. Bring the weight, think of the weight being in your heels. And then come down, drive up. Come down, drive up. 2 more. Last time. And reach. All right. We're going to do a squat. So it's a wider than hip distance squat. And shift our weight here. You just shift your weight. So it's from a center squat to a lateral squat. Now turn with that. Back to center. Turn. Center. Side. Turn. over each side. All right, I'm going to bring my chair here and work on a squat. Come down and up. Come down and up. So we're trying to tap our seat on the chair, or the back of our thighs on the chair, and then stand, not sit. Don't come all the way down and come up. Okay, just tapping and lifting. And I always joke that this is the one place where being short is an advantage, because I don't have as far to go as tall people to tap to that chair. 3, 2, and 1. And you might notice just slightly that I'm getting a little breathy. Move the chair out of the way for a second. That's because we're using these big muscles and they get the heart rate going. Okay, so it's got some aerobic benefit as well. All right, we're going to do a split squat. So lining up like this. This is wrong, okay? That's not good angles. We want right angles on those joints, okay? So we're just going to come down and up. Down and up. And 6, we have 3 more. And 2. Last one, and up. Switch legs. Come down and up. And you want to think about a string to the top of your head that just lets you lower your head and lift in the same plane. You're not leaning forward or back. You're coming down and up. Straight down and up. Now I forgot how many. Let's just do 2 more. All right. Switch my page. Okay. Single leg squat. So we're going to use the chair. Bring one leg kind of out. Now come down as far as you can. And the chair is just there in case you need to sit. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. If you can, maybe lift the weight off. A very advanced move of this is called the pistol squat. I'm going to turn it. Whoopsie. All right, other side. And even though I love exercising, I can't do everything, obviously. I only have the things that I like doing, that I've put my passion into, and other things I would be lost. So if you feel that way, it's all right. Okay. We're going to go into the lunge. So the difference between the lunge and the single leg or the split squat is that we move in the lunge. So if you need your chair to help with balance, you can use it. So we're going to step back, remembering those right angles. My thighs going down. See this nice straight line there? And bring it forward. And in. Bring it back and in. 7, 8, 9, 10, and in. So it's a bigger balance challenge. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart. Together won't give you much help with the balance, but hip distance will help. And on these you can play with, you can do pulses or, knee lifts as you stand. So there's a lot of great options with these once you get the basics down. So I won't get too fancy today. All right, we're going to step out and do a lateral lunge. So you're going to reach center. So it's a great stretch for that straight leg. For that groin, inner thigh area, that's my tightest area. So it's a great stretch. So you're straightening one leg, bending the other, and the bent one, the knee tracks with the foot. Okay. I start going on these and I think of little pointers, so sorry I stopped there. Alrighty. We are going to grab our weights. We're going to use one right now, and the book shows exercise with a bench for this, but figured it'd be simpler to show you with a chair. Back foot and back face. So the back foot is close, back hand on the chair. Front foot is away from the chair. And just like we did with those I's and T's when we contracted those shoulder blades in, we're going to do that now. So think of contracting that shoulder blade in toward the midline. The midline is that imaginary line through the center of your body that separates it from left and right. So when I talk about that, that's what it is. Squeeze 3, squeeze 2. These are those postural muscles that are so important for keeping us nice and vertical as we age, not decay, right? Pull that belly button in. Four more. 3, 2, and 1, and down. All right, where are we going next? All right. Sorry, guys. Got my pages. There we go. One weight. All right, I'm going to take a split squat. And we have the weight in the hand, same as the back leg, same side as the back leg. We're going to squat. Then as we come up, we're going to raise. Squat and up. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch hands. Send the other leg back. Push and push. And 6, 7, 8. 2 more. And 10, and bring it down. All right. Okay. Sorry, guys. My notes are not in the best condition, I could have them today. Okay, but we're going to get through it because we want to get this information out, right? So we're going to start with both weights, shoulder height, come down, and as you press up, you're going to reach one arm up. Come down, press and reach the other arm. Pulling that belly button in towards the spine. I know I'm a broken record on that, but will really help you with your balance, pushing that weight up. We have 5 more. 5. And switch. And all these exercises are compound, meaning not all of them, but many of them are compound. We're using more than one muscle group at a time. 9. Switch. Last one each side. All right. Squat with the bicep curl. So we're going to be doing quite a few squats. So we come down, curl. Down, lift and curl. Down, curl. 7 and up. 8 and up. 9 and 10 and up. All right, we're going to do what's called a bent pull to an overhead press. So your legs are straight, but they're not locked. Okay, so a little bend. Going to reach down, pull, lift, and lower. It's almost like a kettlebell move. Down, up, press, and down. Down, reach, up, press, and down. Down, pull, rotate, up, and down. Down, up, rotate, up, and down. Three more. 2. Last one. Down, rotate, up, and down. All righty. Putting my weights down, we are going to go back to the mat. So move these things back. Get the chair out of the way. Okay. And the good thing about these notes that are on the website, Younger Next Year, is they explain what the exercises, what muscles they're for, and how to do them properly, which is really good. All right, so we're going to come down and do some push-ups, which for most women is our nemesis. I don't know about you guys, if there's any guys watching. My husband can really push them out, but they're hard for me. So, a couple levels here. Actually, let me show you. You can go to a wall with your arms straight out. I don't know how well you can see. And just bend and press your arms to start. All right? That's the very easiest one. You can make a box with your body and then just bend and press from there. Okay? Or you can bring the weight not onto the knees, the lower quadriceps, thigh muscles, and come here, or do full ones. I'm going to demonstrate with these. I haven't done a lot of push-ups lately, and I can really tell. So I need to work back up to those full push-ups. So we're gonna exhale, lower, push up. Let's inhale as we lower and then push up on the exhale. Don't hang your head. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Sit back on your seat. Get a little rest there. All right. We're going to come on our spine and do a single arm dumbbell lift. So, come down on our mat. Let me do it with the front arm first so you can see. My arm is straight out from my shoulder and the hands up to the ceiling. I'm going to press it up. This is 5 and 6. Using one arm at a time is not my favorite because I don't always feel it as well as I do when doing both arms. But this is for the pectoral, the chest muscles. Lift. 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, turn on your side. All right, legs just comfortable. Now, I want you to think about your hip being the door frame and your arm being the door, and there's a hinge that connects the door to the door frame. So you can't lift that door off the frame. It has to stay together, okay? Because that's an error I see a lot on this exercise. So keep it in and then open it and close it. This is for the rotators in the shoulder. For 3, 2, and 1, and down. All right, other side. All right. The elbow or the door is on the frame or the hip. Lift and lower. Six, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and down. All right, where are we going? Okay, we're going to use our chair here and our mat. This is one of my favorite exercises for the hamstrings and glutes. I don't know what it is about elevating the legs. I'm sure there's some property about it that makes it different, but it makes it really effective for working the backside muscles. So you're going to lift, so dig those heels into the chair. Four more. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down. Oh, felt that. All right. So get this out of the way. All right. And do a crunch. So hands behind the head. Now, we want to keep our elbows wide. If we're bringing them in, that means we're pulling on the neck and we're not using the core. So the goal is to press in with the core to lift that head. Five. Push that belly button down. If you want more on core work, I have some Pilates DVDs, recordings in this series that you can watch, and those are really get into the core. All right, hug those knees to your chest, and we're going to do a plank. Now, you might groan with planks just like you do with push-ups. You know, they're the P words. All right, so I like to do planks on my forearms just because I don't really like the wrists, but you can do it whichever way you want. But you can come here and then just lift and lower, okay? If holding the plank, I'm not going to hold it long. It'll feel long, but I won't be holding it long. Lift up. 10 counts. 9. Don't hang your head. That puts lots of tension on that cervical spine. Hold that belly button in. And down. All right, we're going to take underneath elbow and we're going to bring the hand in front so it's a straight line here. You can do this with bent legs, the bottom leg bent, or both straight legs, which is the hardest. Okay? We're just going to lift and hold for 10 counts. 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Let's switch sides. You are at the end of the workout. When you're done with this, I'll give you a little stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. All right, so we're going to zigzag sit, or this is called the pretzel sit. We're going to bring a forearm down and reach over. And then I want you to push off that bottom hand and reach over the other way. That should feel good. Place your hand down. Lift that top leg till it's in line with the hip. Hold the foot and draw it back. So now it's back with the hip. And maybe draw it a little further back for a quad stretch. All right, bring that leg in front now. Reach. This is for your hip, that front leg. Rinse it up. Inside leg comes out. Forearm down. Reach over. Press off that bottom arm. Sweep that arm over and reach. Hand down. Lift that leg. Draw it back to feel the stretch in that quadricep right in here. And bring that leg in front and reach your fingertips out for that hip stretch. Reach your arms up, bend an elbow, hold to stretch your tricep. Reach your arms up, bend the other elbow. And down. Okay, well that was your aging backwards workout. So I hope that taught you something new maybe about exercise. Doesn't have to be a huge commitment on a daily basis, but just a regular commitment. Not a lot of stops and starts. We try to keep it going, keep that momentum going once we get started. So hope you learned a lot from this. I know I did when I read the book. Remember, it's Younger next year, the exercise program. It'll be back in the library. And Younger next year, you can find the handouts that I did the exercises from. So thanks for joining me today. See you next time.